Just days ago, I talked about the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power trailer hitting 3 million dislikes, which was an insane ratio since it only had 110,000 likes. And I also talked about how Amazon's wanted critics silenced. They've hidden comments on tweets, deleted comments off of their videos about the series. But the fun doesn't stop there because magically now, more than half of the 3 million dislikes, 1.6 million dislikes are missing from the trailer. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or supporting the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to start off with this tweet that I made just a couple of days ago. I said Amazon's Rings of Power trailer is sitting at 3 million dislikes. This is what happens when you disregard what fans want and ruin amazing franchises. Get fucked. And I said this the day before I made a video about the situation, and that video will be linked down below, but it's not that relevant anymore, I suppose, because while there was 3 million dislikes, there no longer is, because if we go on over to the trailer, right now it is sitting right around the same likes. It's gotten 1,000 likes since that video, but it is missing over 1.6 million dislikes. Now, since this trailer has over 29 million views, you'd think that it would have almost 1 million likes compared to the million dislikes, but no, it doesn't. It's only got 100,000 likes to millions of these dislikes, meaning people that watched it really hated it, or people do not feel strongly either way and they're not liking it or disliking it. Clearly, there's not a lot of positivity for this series right now. If you go on social media, when people talk about Rings of Power, the discussion is very divided. There are people that are excited for it and are willing to give it a chance, but there are so many people who are not feeling hopeful about the series, and I'm one of those people. While I love Tolkien's work and would love for this show to be amazing and love for it to prove me wrong, I just don't think that it's going to. We've seen them disregard Tolkien's work, disregard all of this amazing source material, put non-Tolkien characters in Tolkien's stories. It just doesn't sound good. So it's no surprise to see millions and millions of dislikes, but to see 1.6 million dislikes just disappear overnight is absolutely wild. But if we go to the comments, there are people calling out the fact that there are missing dislikes at this point. Many people calling it out, saying, removed my dislike, didn't you? Crazy to see that my dislike is suddenly gone, re-disliked. There are also people saying things like, I never thought this trilogy would get a TV series. That could be positive or negative. I personally expected it to happen one day. While yes, they're putting a lot of money into this series, and that could be a good thing. They're putting mediocre writers on. They're picking Tolkien scholars that are just activists that don't actually care about respecting Tolkien's work. They're doing all of the wrong things with this series. People are laughing at Amazon, saying things like, Amazon has removed over 1 million dislikes and they're still getting totally embarrassed. And it's true. Even with the 1 million dislikes gone, there's still 1 million here. They are still being laughed at by the whole entire internet. And I did talk about this in my previous video about it hitting 3 million dislikes, and I did a standalone video on this a couple of weeks ago. But Amazon had deleted over 22,000 comments from this trailer, and this was at the time. If we compare numbers now, they have deleted over 30,000 comments, but of course there are a lot of people keeping eyes on this situation and keeping track of the numbers, and they're actively calling out Amazon on social media. But this article says a YouTuber reported that Prime Video appears to have deleted over 22,000 comments from the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power trailer. Shortly into the video, he shares a screenshot revealing the video had over 82,000 comments. He detailed in the video the screenshot was from about a week ago when the trailer had 300,000 less views than it did at the time when he recorded the new video. If only a few thousand comments had disappeared, I think with this many likes, dislikes, and views, most people wouldn't have thought anything of it, but we've been watching view counts and comment numbers and dislikes because Amazon has wanted to silence people that are critical of the content they're creating here. They've deleted over 30,000 comments at this point. They've hidden replies on tweets. Even my comments have gotten hidden, and to see so many dislikes, over 1 million disappear, yeah, that's clearly going to be called out too. It's like they think that the backlash is just going to stop when they're only making it worse for themselves. And on the video, I wanted to read just a few more comments because, of course, a lot of people are calling out all of the drama surrounding the Rings of Power right now. A lot of people are upset with the story choices they're making, the new characters they're creating, the likes, the dislikes, the comments being hidden. No one wants to be silenced, and Amazon is going to have to realize at some point the more they try to silence people, the worse job they're doing, okay? You just need to let people be. You need to give people this space to talk about their issues, to also talk about the things they like about the series. All you're doing by silencing people is making people want to speak up more. You would think that companies would just let people be. They'd just let consumers talk amongst themselves, because no matter what happens, it's not like they're gonna cancel the show. It's not like they're gonna change any of the content. The product that exists now is still the product that's going to come out no matter what the reception is. So they should just let people talk. I don't need to see my ethnicity in LOTR to find representation. I find my representation in the characters' friendships, their kindness, loyalty, perseverance, bravery, and sacrifice. Qualities that transcend the most outward of our forms. We find representation when we, like Gimli and Legolas, no longer care about shallow outward differences and embrace the experience of standing with one another as friends no matter what. If someone doesn't feel represented in this story and cannot connect to the characters, that says everything about their lack of inner character, depth, and lack of love for Lord of the Rings. Absolutely based comment. Always remember that if you care so deeply for the Lord of the Rings, it just means that you really need to get a life. There are people here that are definitely trying to defend Amazon. There are definitely people here who think this is gonna come out and be absolutely amazing. And I feel like most of these people aren't real Tolkien fans. Maybe they will show up to watch the series, or maybe they're just commenting on posts on social media right now to get some temporary attention, and we'll see if these people actually show up to watch the show, because I think that this show is going to be big, obviously, because it's Lord of the Rings, it's Tolkien, and there are a lot of people who do not follow situations like this on social media. But I just don't think that by attacking real Tolkien fans is going to work out for you. Do I think that Amazon's just going to change their mind at this point and stop censoring people? I really don't. I think they're freaking out behind the scenes. They're trying to make people quiet down a little bit, and they're just hoping that those people will forget about these situations and watch the show when it releases. But I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to boycott this series. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.